Welcome to Madagascar, the largest island in the Indian Ocean and home to Ambatovy, one of the most successful nickel and cobalt mining operations in the world. The discovery of a significant nickel deposit near Muramang in the 60s led to the beginning of Ambatovy's story. With a financial input of $8 billion, Ambatovy is the largest investment in Madagascar's history and is now a key player in supplying the increasing global demand for Class 1 nickel and cobalt. Watching the truckloads of ore moving around the mine site, it is hard to imagine that this rich red earth ends up in hundreds of useful everyday objects that make our lives easier. Superalloys, which resist corrosion and retain strength at extreme temperatures, are made using these metals. As the world seeks a greener future, nickel and cobalt have become major components in cutting-edge technology. They are being used in new applications for rechargeable batteries that power electric vehicles and store energy from renewable sources such as solar and wind. These new applications are pushing the limits of battery power and capacity, resulting in greater demand for higher purity metals such as Class 1 nickel. Ambatovy's open-pit mine lies near the town of Muramang, 80 kilometers east of the country's capital, Antananarivo. Every day, hundreds of tons of ore are surface excavated and delivered to the mine's ore preparation plant, where it is transformed into a thickened slurry. This slurry ore is then pumped into a 220-kilometer-long pipeline that connects the inland mine to the processing plant, a huge industrial complex spread over 320 hectares on the outskirts of the coastal town of Tomasine. The plant site has three major components: the pressure acid leach area, PAL, where the slurried ore from the pipeline is processed into a high-grade intermediary product rich in nickel and cobalt. The refinery, which processes the intermediary products from the pressure acid leach area into the finished products, pure nickel and cobalt in the form of briquettes or powder. The utilities area, which consists of the hydrogen plant, the hydrogen sulfide plant, H2S, the lime and limestone plant, the nitrogen plant, the two sulfuric acid plants, the air separation plant, the water treatment plant, and the power plant with 120 megawatt capacity, all essential to the transformation process. It is here that the ore is transformed into fully refined Class 1 nickel and cobalt briquettes of 99.9% purity for the world market. Ambatovy has its own dedicated pier in the port of Tomasine, where it built a terminal to handle imports of bulk raw materials such as limestone, coal, sulfur, ammonia and fuel, all required for the processing and refining process. Ambatovy's Tailings Management Facility, or TMF, is located at approximately 10 kilometers west of the plant site. It has been designed to meet strict international standards and is monitored regularly both internally and externally to ensure compliance. In its day-to-day operations, Ambatovy follows the highest ethical standards and complies with the relevant laws and regulations of Madagascar, often going above and beyond the strictest requirements. The health and safety of Ambatovy's employees, contractors, and neighboring communities is a top priority and one of the company's greatest challenges. Since the day ground was broken, Ambatovy has shown that it is committed to the long-term development of Madagascar and its people. Whilst other mining operations choose to refine their ore in Europe, Asia or North America, Ambatovy's decision to fully refine their products in-country creates huge returns for Madagascar and its population. This includes the creation of thousands of jobs, significant earnings for the government of Madagascar, local spending on goods and services, technology transfer and capacity building, and the construction of important infrastructure for the benefit of local communities. Local businesses and farmers also benefit from the economic growth driven by the project through a priority given to the local purchase of goods and services. All this generates substantial economic returns for Madagascar and will continue to do so for years to come. In 2012, Ambatovy set up a social investment fund in partnership with the government of Madagascar to support various community infrastructure projects and roads. And every year, the company sets aside funds to various requests for donations and sponsorships and provides support for various educational initiatives and sustainable development projects in its areas of operation. Best known for its lemurs, colorful chameleons, stunning orchids, and magical baobab trees, Madagascar is home to some of the world's most unique flora and fauna, making it a world-renowned biodiversity hotspot. Acutely aware of this very special environment in which it operates, Ambatovy's comprehensive biodiversity program is committed to preserving and enhancing the country's natural wealth across all its sites. Given the size of Ambatovy's operations, the development of a multifaceted onset program was a necessity. Today, Ambatovy has 4 main offset or conservation sites, totaling almost 14,000 hectares, roughly 9 times the size of the area affected by its mining activities. A long-term mining investment such as the Ambatovy project guarantees thousands of high-quality specialized jobs for Malagasy workers for years to come. Training is key to development, and since day one, Ambatovy has trained and mentored thousands of Malagasy workers in construction, operations, engineering, and other fields and continues to do so. Staff receive training at our dedicated Ambatovy Training Center. Today, the company is extremely proud to have a workforce of 90% Malagasy nationals. That's why we will maintain our commitments in operational efficiency, health and safety management, environmental preservation, and social development to build a world-class company in Madagascar. Ambatovy is constantly striving to implement innovative programs that will help support the long-term development of the country.